Happy Tuesday to you. Welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Happy Tuesday to you. Sunny, still chilly.
Oh man, it's cold out.
It's going to warm up.
I know,
June 11th.
right? And then the air comes on at work and you're like, oh, whose idea was that? We've had so many smells in the building this morning, can't even believe it. He comes in this morning and goes, I smell meatballs.
Somebody's cooking meatballs.
Now it smells like onions.
But in between it smelled like skunk and a little bit like weed.
Yeah, so we think there's a skunk under the porch
smoking weed. And eating meatballs made with onions.
Yeah.
And then Kevin got out his little air spray thing, which smells like apple pie. So now it smells like a skunk smoked some weed, got hungry after eating some meatballs and onions, and then had some apple pie. It's a very convoluted thing for my nostrils.
He's already overwhelmed.
I'm overwhelmed.
He's just
sensory overload.
Overwhelmed.
Hey, ho. You talked yesterday. I didn't mean to point.
That's okay.
You spoke yesterday about this really bizarre thing, and it's all over the place now, about Justin Bieber challenging Tom Cruise to a WWF fight.
It's all over.
WWF or Extreme, whatever.
Yeah, in the octagon.
In the octagon. So now it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And
he's 56. Remember, we were trying to figure out?
So the deal
Tom
is
Cruise.
It's 31 years difference, Luann.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now the game is find a celebrity who's 31 years older than you are and see who you want to challenge. I did a little research for us.
Okay.
I could choose Regis Philbin.
Oh my word! I think you'd win.
Could I take Regis?
You could take him down.
What about Don King? You know, the fight promoter?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He might be a cranky guy still.
Well, not just that. He's been around a lot of fights. He probably knows some good moves.
Yeah, and then he could use his hair if nothing else works.
Dan Rather.
Right?
I don't know.
No, you could take Dan.
And not in a war of words.
No,
Barbara Eden. I could take her.
Oh, I could take her.
Okay. Loretta Lynn. I don't think I could take Loretta Lynn. She's a coal miner's daughter. She came from a long, hard line of strong women.
Except she's been ill, so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Then I don't want to challenge her. I would like her to just take it easy and just keep singing.
Keep on singing and stay
Rita
well.
Moreno could kick my butt.
Oh my gosh.
I like to be in America. Are you ready for your challengers?
Okay.
I did some because that's how Did you wonder why I asked you that birthday?
Yes.
Luann just had a birthday.
Yes.
I won't say how old she was, but here
59.
are your. Okay, well then you're choosing 90-year-olds.
Okay.
Could you take Barbara Walters?
Yeah.
Could you?
Oh, I could clock her in a minute.
I know. Imelda Marcos.
Oh, I don't know about her. She could throw shoes at me.
She'll throw shoes at you, and she'll also eat your dog.
I think she's pretty tough.
Vera Miles. Now, that's an actress. She played the younger sister in the Psycho film. She played the Crane sister, Lila Crane.
I don't even know
No,
her. No.
But I just figured that if she survived the Hitchcock film, she would probably
What do you think? Could I take her?
Yeah, I think you could.
Yeah.
And Christopher Plummer. Did you want to beat up Captain Von Trapp?
And then I would kiss him to make him feel better.
So there you go. Those are our choices. Luann and I challenge Regis Philbin. That's who I pick.
Okay, I'm going to challenge Barbara Walters.
Okay, there
just
you go.
because I know I could take her.
And they say that works too because she's a news person.
Right.
And Regis is a talk show person.
There you go. Makes sense,
it
right?
Does so. Okay,
absolutely.
We're all set.
We're all set to go.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So what kind of training are you going to do?
To take on Regis?
Yes.
I'm going to go to the Irish pub down at the golf course.
Yes. You have to go to Notre Dame.
Have you been there yet?
No.
Me neither. I want to go.
No, a friend of mine is right involved with it and says it's amazing.
The country club, which is Queen Street, and now the what do you call it? The clubhouse, whatever.
Yeah,
the rest, it's been taken over. It's an Irish pub now.
Yeah. The food apparently is stupido.
Hey, I was at after the show one night. We all went to the Whiskey Barrel because they bought an ad in our program.
I haven't been there yet.
Oh, Luann, you and Jim would love it.
And
there was an acoustic band playing that night. There was drums, couple guitars, vocalist. Yes.
Oh,
on the little
where
stage
is it?
It's on Gore Street.
Okay.
Right there beside the real estate stop.
Okay.
And they have Scottish food, like real Scottish food. Oh yeah, they have the haggis.
Haggis?
Yeah, but they also have things like They have deep fried pickles, but they're not like the ones that are prefab. They're actually sliced pickles, and they batter them and deep fry them themselves.
See, I would like that better.
Fish cakes.
Oh, fish cakes. Oh, I so want to go there.
And you can buy these things like flights of beer, right?
Oh,
so
yes.
it's only like this much, but there's 5 of them, and you can sample. So, and
just
it's the
like
same thing with
wine.
scotch. You can do a flight of scotch too.
Can you do a flight of wine?
I think they have wine. I don't know.
I wonder.
Well, I'm sure that they do.
Well, they got booze. I could find something I like.
Anyway, just a little shout out there to
Right
folks from
on.
Whiskey Barrel.
That's very cool.
Thanks for buying an ad for our show.
Howie Mandel said to Ellen,
Mandel.
I just don't understand women.
Howie Mandel said he doesn't understand women?
Despite being married for 40 years, he doesn't understand women. He said his wife keeps telling him, just because I'm whining and complaining to you doesn't mean I want you to fix it. I can take care of myself. I just need you to listen and be like attentive so that I can. So he said, he joked that she called with a flat tire and he hung up on her and said, take care of it yourself then.
I was just thinking yesterday about do you ever have conversations in your head?
Yes. All the
I was
time.
having a conversation with Keith in my head.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever told anybody off?
In my head? Over and over again.
Oh, me too.
But that's good because then it gets it out of the way and then you don't really do it.
Except when you do it out loud in the shower and your kid hears you.
Oh.
She's like, Mom, who are you talking to? It's like,
My conversation was about him basically calling to be angry with me because, see, okay, the other night I left my phone charging outside in the pool house. I forgot it and I was doing yard work and stuff. And then I came in the house, so I was away from my phone for a long time. And I thought, oh, I wonder if he's trying to reach me. I better get my phone because he'll be angry if I'm not near my phone when he's trying to reach me. Because he's been trying to FaceTime and stuff because he's away now for like 8 weeks already.
Yeah.
And I'm living in my house with the dogs and my life goes on and he's living not the best life right now. He's in hotels and stuff. And so anyway, I was feeling guilty that I should. And I thought, well, if I do go to the phone and he gets mad at me, then I'm just going to say, so you sound like you're a little angry. Did you want to call me back when you're not angry anymore?
Oh,
and I thought about doing that. I thought about doing that.
Especially because he's angry because you didn't pick up the phone.
What would happen if that happened? I'd get angry.
Oh, yeah, he would, yeah.
I was thinking about trying a new approach.
Yeah,
I guess it's not going to work.
Do you want a new approach to help or to make it worse?
So I should just listen.
You should just listen. Because he's in a bad situation. He's not ideal. Yeah. And, he just needs you to just listen. You can't fix it.
I'm not a good listener.
No. Really? Oh, really? Really? Hadn't noticed that.
Don't tell that to my first guest.
Who's your first guest?
Anthony Accetti, because he's directing Matilda the musical.
Man, everybody is so excited about this production coming up.
You know why? Because there's so many freaking talented young performers in this city, and it's a chance for them to shine, and I'm excited.
Yeah. He's also a teacher at a school.
Anthony, he did Superior Heights. He teaches, and he does all the musicals there for Superior Heights on stage. And also, it's sort of it's a co-production between Shot in the Dark, which was the production company that Sue Barber started. He's been on hiatus for a little bit, and it's a co-production between Stu Theatre Workshop and Shot in the Dark.
Awesome! I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Wow, way to go, Shot in the Dark. Yeah. That's awesome.
Hey, okay, Hogan. This is interesting. Kiefer Sutherland. You didn't know about this?
No.
Okay, so Lisa McLeod writes an op-ed in the Financial Post with the headline, Tommy Douglas. Now, Kiefer's mother is Shirley Douglas, the actress. Her father was Tommy Douglas, who brought in free healthcare, right? Yes. That was one of the, okay, so Tommy.
But who is
so Lisa McLeod wrote an op-ed. Lisa McLeod, she's with the conservative government.
Yes.
So she's worked with Doug Ford.
She's the social services minister.
Thank you, social services minister. Okay, so she says Tommy Douglas knew runaway debt was immoral. Conservatives couldn't agree more. And then she goes on to say things like, "It's time to make government work for the people again, not the other way around. I think Tommy Douglas would approve." Now, Tommy Douglas was NDP, I'm pretty sure. Yes. So anyway, he was the former premier of Saskatchewan, Tommy Douglas, under the NDP. So Kiefer tweets in response to this. Your tweet has recently come to my attention, and I can only tell you that you are correct. My grandfather, Tommy Douglas, was fiscally responsible. In addition to balancing the budget of Saskatchewan, he also provided the province with paved roads, health care, and electricity. He did it all within 4 years. And then he aggressively defended his grandfather's views. Contrary to your argument, it was never at the expense of social and human services to those in need. I personally find your comparison to his policies offensive. So I can only ask, as the grandson of this man, for you to stop posting his picture and using his name as part of your political agenda.
Woohoo!
After all, I knew Tommy Douglas, and you, sir, this is to the Premier, Doug Ford. After all, I knew Tommy Douglas, and you, sir, are no Tommy Douglas. P.S. You're lucky my mom's not active on Twitter.
Oh my goodness, Kiefer, get her done. Good for him. So there. Done.
I just love that.
I do too. You know what? Good for him.
You want to make cuts. You don't cut social services, and you don't cut basic. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta balance the budget. Yeah, okay.
All right.
Let's get rid of your car. Don't even get me. Oh my word! Oh Lord, it's the size of a mountain.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's craziness.
A mountain.
So who's coming up?
Okay, so Anthony Chetty's here. Okay, and after Anthony, we have there's a comedy show on Thursday night at Sue Blaster's. His name is Liam Kelly, is the featured comedian. There's 3 comedians on the bill, but Liam's the headliner. And here's the deal: $20 admission, 15 of it is going to Arch.
Oh, awesome.
So we Skyped with Liam Kelly and did an interview to talk about his upcoming comedy show at Sue Blaster's. Plus, Luann has the news. All that on Mornings with Luann and Tim on this beautiful Tuesday morning. That was a clip. That was the trailer from Matilda the musical when it was on Broadway.
Yes.
It's off Broadway now, but it's coming
touring.
to Sault Ste. Marie.
It sure is.
Is it touring right now?
It is, all over the world.
Anthony Chetty. Anthony, let's see. Let's give your credentials. Anthony is the teacher at Superior Heights, who is also the director of the musicals that Superior Heights on Stage does, including the just recently closed Mamma Mia.
Correct.
Great success there.
Yes,
congratulations.
huge. Thank you.
You also, Shot in the Dark is in your capable hands now.
Yep.
And so you're bringing Shot in the Dark back as a co-production.
Yeah.
Sioux Theatre Workshop.
Yeah, I say enough of all this, everyone hiding in their own corner. Let's all collaborate.
Let's all collaborate.
Yeah.
Sioux Theatre Workshop has done collaborations in the past.
I think they have,
Not a lot, though. So this is great.
And this is a new step for them because it's a musical. They don't normally do musicals.
They don't.
They've done a few, I think.
Now, music has been in your background. I mean, when did you start playing piano?
I was a little boy, maybe 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was always there.
And in your family, too, like your sister?
My sister's very musical. She's a really talented opera singer.
Beautifully trained singer, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Matilda just became available when in the fall, like November, October?
Yeah.
Tell people, this is, okay, I was saying to Luann during the opening of the show that one of the reasons I'm so excited for you to do this is because I know how many amazingly talented kids there are in this city who are just chomping at the bit to get back on stage or to get on stage for the first time.
It's a great showcase for kids.
It is.
It's not one of those shows where kids are the second part or they just show up for a few minutes. It's about children. It's about the kids.
And you know what else?
There's a lot
to
of
me, this
ones.
is like the newest Annie, because everybody says, let's do Annie. Well, Annie's been done, not that it's not a great show, but Annie's been done about 3 or 4 times.
This is something fresh. It's new and it's still centered on young performers.
Tell the audience that is watching about the plot line of Matilda in case they don't know the books, but it's based on...
Well, there's a book, there's a movie with Danny DeVito. This is a little girl who's a genius, and at home her parents don't appreciate her. The dad sells used cars and he's a little bit of a bumbling fool. And she goes to school and her teacher discovers she's brilliant. Unfortunately, the principal at this girls' school, or not the girls' school, the primary school.
Primary school.
Yeah. doesn't really see things that way, and she's a bit of a bully. So the story is Matilda.
Principal's a bit of a bully.
Oh yes, she is.
What's her name?
Miss Trunchbull.
Miss
Agatha Trunchbull.
Ooh,
yeah.
even just the name,
Just
Agatha
awful.
Trunchbull. Yes.
Yeah, awful.
Okay.
Yeah, and she decides to stand up for her friends and for herself and turn things around.
So Matilda
Using
takes on...
some magical powers she
She's
somehow
got magical
develops.
powers?
Of course.
She's got everything. She's a genius with magical powers.
Yeah, she's got it made.
She does.
And she's only 5.
Is she... Really? She's that little in the show?
That's well in the book she is.
In the book, okay.
Yeah.
But they cast older girls, didn't they?
I think you have to, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask of a 5-year-old.
How
On
many,
Broadway,
like-
8 shows a week.
8 shows a week on Broadway.
Yeah.
How many shows are you going to do?
We're going to do 6 in October.
So do you have your dates already set?
Yeah, October 23rd to 27th.
23rd to 27th of October. Matinees, because...
2 matinees, because a lot of children will want to see the show, so we don't want to go too late.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're doing it at Sioux Theatre Workshop.
Yes, which is an awesome venue. It's in the West End. It's a little theater
Pittsburgh Avenue.
Pittsburgh Avenue, yep. It used to be a church, I believe.
I think it was, or a church hall.
Yeah.
I think it might have been the hall for the church across the street, not positive, but anyway.
And it feels a little bit like a one-room schoolhouse, which is
does,
perfect
you're
for
right.
the show. Yeah,
It'll
Yeah.
convert beautifully for this show.
I think so.
What about a cast now? So obviously there's children. Do you have a rough idea? Because always...
10 kids, at least.
Now, are you like other directors, like me, when you're directing a show and you say, I'm looking for 10 kids, but then you get like 20 amazing kids and,
you're
you
like,
go...
well, now it's 20.
20.
Yeah, I think the big limit will be what works in the space.
That's
but I think
true.
if there's 20 talented kids, we're going to take 20 talented kids. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Because it really is, the Sioux Theatre Workshop doesn't have a huge stage.
No, but there's a lot of extra space where you wouldn't expect it. So
That's true.
there
And
will
with
be
a
some
show like this, it
surprises.
can be very interactive, right?
It definitely can be. You will make the audience feel like they're in the schoolhouse, for sure.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking at probably 8 kids. Did you say you're...
Probably 10 kids.
10 kids?
Probably
Okay.
12 adults. Some double casting. A lot of the time, it's a bit like a vaudeville or a pantomime show.
Oh,
where you
like
see somebody show up, and then 5 minutes later, they put on a wig, and there's someone else.
I love that.
So that's a really, really fun angle. So cast of probably 25 to 30.
25 to 30,
We'll
but
see.
half and half. Half adults, half kids.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good mix. A lot of the adults play the older kids at the school,
No
which is great fun.
way.
They get to act like little babies.
Now, can we talk about the Trunchbull role?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you you don't want to... I don't want to spoil any surprises, but...
Well, it's pretty out there. On Broadway and in the West End where they performed it, it was a man playing this evil headmistress.
Yes.
Yeah, in drag. And
But the thing
great,
is,
great
it's,
part.
when I saw him on the Tony Awards, the actor...
It was never acknowledged. It's
was
not a
never
wink, wink,
acknowledged.
nudge, nudge. It's not, you would never think
It's
of
not
it.
camp.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not over the top.
Yeah.
I thought it was a woman,
And
a
he's
very
terrifying.
severe woman.
He's
He is.
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, they both are.
Yeah, they both are. Yeah, he and she. So, what about musical numbers? What style of music would you say? Musical theater, more pop, more rock? What?
It's like a lot of new musicals where they do a little bit of everything. There's a salsa number, there's sort of a catchy pattern number, there's a slow ballad. They do a little bit of everything.
So they're not just sticking to one sort of typical genre.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. All
Great,
kinds
great
of different
variety.
songs.
The music's beautiful. The lyrics are actually what makes the show fantastic. It's wonderful poetry. It's very clever. Some of it is just so astounding and goes by so quickly. You want to just read it like closed captioning because
Really?
it's beautiful. Yeah.
So what about for the children? Because the auditions are tonight.
Tonight, Wednesday and Thursday. Tonight we'll audition
So
all
if
this.
you're watching at home right now and you've got a kid and you've always thought that your kid belongs on stage, this is the
chance.
show.
Yeah.
Boy or girl, doesn't age
Any
5
age.
to whatever.
5 to 50.
5 to 50, 50
Well,
year old
even
kids.
take 80. Hell, all
There
of
you
them.
go. Luann, you could audition. So what do they need to do if someone's watching right now and they've got a kid and they're thinking, oh, I don't know, it's too last
They
minute.
have to show up and sing something. All they have to do is sing something they feel makes them sound good. From there, I'll teach them a song from the show. We'll play some theater games. We might do a little bit of work with some script pieces. And then if I need to see them again, I call them back and ask them to learn something more.
Okay.
But right now, you just show up, you sing whatever you can sing.
Sing whatever you can sing,
We've
and
had
then
people show up and do Happy Birthday and knock it out of the park.
well, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah,
you
it's a
know?
classic.
It is. And you can also do Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and the alphabet.
Yeah, you can double your repertoire.
You can.
The same song.
Yeah, I think there's 3 songs that are Twinkle Twinkle. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool?
There you
Twinkle
go.
Twinkle Little Star, A B C D E F G. Anyway. So they're gonna. What about dancing? Do they have to be able to dance, Anthony?
They
or
should be good movers, but it's not a heavy dance show. It's not like a big tap number or
No,
anything
nothing
like
like
that.
that.
No.
So this really is an ideal show for somebody to show up if they don't have any previous experience. And then, so the auditions, let's talk again, auditions. Yep. Tonight, where?
Tonight at Sioux Theatre Workshop on Pittsburgh Avenue.
Pittsburgh Avenue. Yep. So you're going to go like Wallace Terrace, hang a left on Gooley Avenue, go down and hang a right on something or other, and then...
I think it's 121 Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's easy to find. Google it. And then, okay, what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock tonight.
Yep. And then tomorrow we're going to see all the adults come in, and then Thursday...
Oh, is tonight kids only?
If people can't make it, they come tonight. But tonight will mostly be kids.
Focusing on kids.
Wednesday night, tomorrow will be mostly adults. And then Thursday is mostly people who want to be Matilda or Trunchbull or any of the leads. Yeah.
Okay. And then after you see everybody Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to go sit down with your notepad and look at your videos or whatever, and you're going to decide who's going to get called back, and that's the following week.
Yes, that's right.
So the whole thing should be cast before we finish the month of June.
That's the plan. So that way I can give everyone their script, say good luck, learn some lines, and we'll see you in the fall.
And we'll see you in the fall to get ready for October show dates.
Yes, that's right. October.
When do tickets go on sale? Because this is going to be a big one.
I think it will be.
Workshop doesn't have a large capacity.
No, that's why we're doing so many shows. Normally you do 4 shows, maybe 5, but we're going to do, I think, almost 6. Yeah.
Don't sit back and wait on ticket sales. When they become available, go, because the thing about casting kids in shows is that all their aunts and uncles want to go too, so tickets sell even faster.
And they go right away.
So do you know when the tickets will be on sale?
Probably within the month.
Within this month,
yeah.
Okay. So watch for it. And I'm sure the box office in the station mall and online as well.
Yep, and we'll announce that.
Okay, so as far as information goes, if anybody wants to look for information right now online, do you have anything up, Anthony, on the Facebook page about the audition?
We have a Facebook page for Sioux Theatre Workshop and for Shot in the Dark, so you can go there. Or you could just go to our website, shotinthedarktheater.com.
Okay, and they can get more information there.
Yep.
Thanks for being here, my friend. You got to go to school now.
I do, yeah.
Okay, have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Have fun at those auditions.
I will, I'm looking forward to it.
They're the best time ever. And we'll be back with Luann right after this. Excited about that show.
Oh, it sounds like it's going to be so. What great music!
You know what? And I just finished. So I directed Shrek and then went right into Death and the Maiden. I would love to do it, but I just can't do another show this year.
No, gosh, you need to take a second.
I would like to be that Trunchbull character, but anyway, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go and watch it instead and just be a huge fan.
There you go.
Yeah.
And remember what it's like to be a fan. Because I bet that would help as an actor or director to just be a fan, to remember what it's like to do that, so that you can gear your work towards that.
Nice to just be entertained.
Exactly.
And watch somebody else's creative work.
Absolutely. And we want to say a huge thank you this morning to KC Security for sponsoring the morning show with Luann and Tim all month long. Britney Spears is not a happy girl.
No,
apparently she's up and down.
What's going on?
But she said
Are we concerned about her?
She is accusing the paparazzi of doctoring pictures of her that make her look like she's 40 pounds heavier than she is. And you know what? They took the picture she's referring to is very unflattering.
Right.
And she said, I'm like a stick. And really, she's very, very tiny. She's not a big girl by a long shot. Plus, she's strong. You know, so it's interesting because she got right on social media and talked about how now this picture and then this is me and.
So she's feeling strong and she's defending herself.
She has a day where she's a puddle again. So
did she say that though? Is
no.
So she really is on a roller coaster.
Yeah, she is. I guess they're still trying. Yeah, hold on, honey.
Hold on, Brittany.
Hold on, you can do it.
You know, I was terrible. I was not very supportive of Brittany. I think I should call her and apologize.
I think you should. She's crying over you right now.
You have some really important news coming up.
I do, yes.
I can't wait to hear that too.
And it's happening right after this.
That's right.
That's right. And again, a huge thank you to KC Security for sponsoring Mornings with Luann and Tim. And by the way, Daniel LaPrade is going to be on the show next week with Tim, so stay tuned for that.
Absolutely. So you may know the name Fred Gutenberg from Twitter, and just from Fred's daughter Jamie was murdered at Parkland.
Yes.
One of the victims at Parkland High School. Okay, so Fred's very, very vocal. He's been fighting the NRA. He was the gentleman who went over to shake the hand of Kavanaugh at the hearing, and then that was Fred.
Yes, okay.
A name I hadn't heard before. Another grieving father from Parkland, Manny Oliver. His son was one of the victims in the Parkland shooting. Manny Oliver has this idea, and he's announced the launch of what's called the Museum of Incomplete. The museum will feature artifacts from lives cut short by gun violence.
Oh my.
Clothing never worn, and emails left unsent, artwork never finished. And it's going to be all on display to remind people about the loss of life.
How effective is that going to be?
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the money will go toward fighting the NRA.
Wow.
So
that would be heartbreaking, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it also incredibly
effective?
Poignant?
Yes, definitely.
There's a has-been actor, I guess. He's not one of the Baldwin brothers, but his last name is Baldwin. I think it's Adam Baldwin. He just and he was apparently in Full Metal Jacket or something and played a gun crazy guy. He just tweeted to Fred Gutenberg, "Stop using your dead daughter as a political thing for the NRA.
No.
May she rest in peace, but stop using her as this."
What a class act.
Imagine.
Awesome. Gee, I wonder why he's washed up.
Who trolls the father of a murder victim?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. I'm so glad I live in Canada.
Me too. I say it every day.
We're so sensible here.
Every single day.
And you know, like
we're nice. People laugh because you're Canadian, you must be polite. Yeah, we are.
We are.
And you're welcome. Right?
So wait a minute, I have another interview coming up.
Oh, darn.
With a comedian.
Oh, good.
Yes. Liam Kelly, he's from Toronto. I Skyped with him and he'll be appearing in Sault Ste. Marie on Thursday. It's a fundraiser for arts. Check out the interview right after this on Mornings with Luann and me.
It's Rob Ford. That guy gives a shit. And this is the point, right? He doesn't that's the way to get the mayor to do things, right? The way to the man's heart is through his stomach. Am I right? Three gay people, huh? What do you guys eat? Do they have boneless of those, or what?
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim, and joining me now via Skype from Richmond Hill, Ontario is comedian Liam Kelly. Good morning, Liam.
Good to be here, Luann.
So you're coming back to Sault Ste. Marie for a return visit. That's great. You've been here before a couple times, yes?
Yeah, it's been my third trip up to the mighty Sioux. Looking forward to it. This time I won't drive, thank God. I drove up in November in all-season tires.
Oh, no, not a good idea.
Go to Sault Ste. Marie.
Did you at least have all-wheel drive?
No, I had two other stupid comedians with me.
No. Flying is a good way to get here, and it's so fast from where you're at now too. You're coming up from Billy Bishop.
Yeah, Billy Bishop. Oh yeah, it'll be amazing. Yeah, they're the most important. The worst part will be parking.
Yeah,
it'll take me longer to get from my house in Richmond Hill to Billy Bishop and Park than to get on a plane and fly to your city. So
by the time you drive from Richmond Hill and Park, you probably could have driven here.
It's not that. It's really not that inaccurate. To be honest with you. Yeah. It's a Thursday morning, for gosh sakes.
You're coming back to. It's a Thursday morning. You're flying up for the gig, which is Thursday. What is that date? It's Thursday, June
7th, June 13th.
June 13th, and you're at Sioux Blasters. It's your return visit to Sioux Blasters.
Yeah, I love that place.
This one, there's three of you on the bill. Is that right? I think. Is there Chris and you and somebody else? I think so.
I don't pay that much attention, Tim.
That's okay. You know, all the matters.
They hand the microphone to me and they say, talk for this many minutes. I go, okay, and then I leave.
And the most important thing is you're the headliner, so who cares about anybody else, really?
Yeah, they're all plebes, right? Who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah, they're to buy me beers and carry things for me. That's their job.
Yes. And the really cool thing about this particular gig that you're doing is that of the $20 to get in, 15 of it is going to Arch, which is the local hospice here. It's a beautiful facility, and their annual budget is $750,000. It takes them just to run the place, and they don't get any funding other than through fundraising. So by your coming up here and doing this in support of Arch, it's a great thing for our community.
Yeah, hey, listen, Tim, not trying to be silly here. I sadly nursed both of my parents to their passing through illness over the last 10 years. It was a very tough 10 years. And hospice care and that kind of stuff is actually super close to my heart. Had to deal with all sorts of people like that, and they do the best work they can. That and EMS workers are the best people in the world. The people who help you transition out of life, and those people who come to your house when you fell down. It's an important part. So all joking aside, like, this is amazing, and I'm really glad this is where the money's going. This is one of those things we don't even think about, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden, your loved one is passing. You're like, uh-oh, we've faced with a whole bunch of new challenges. So really glad to make that a little better for anybody up there,
That's excellent. Hey, so what's your background? You hail from Richmond Hill? Is that where you're from originally, where you live now?
Yeah, I'm the godfather of Richmond Hill comedy, which is a heck of a title to have. It's a burden to carry through life. I have most people just kiss my ring. I grew up here, and I moved away for a while, and then I moved back after I got divorced, like so many people do, right? They move back to the home, and then both my parents got sick, so I kind of stayed here, and then I just decided to stay here after they passed. So I'm stuck in Richmond Hill for a while, but I have some kids, and I want to let them grow up and then maybe move to a more exotic location, like, say, Sault Ste. Marie. Yes,
absolutely. Exotic. If you really want to aim high, go Wawa. Really, yeah.
Oh yeah. The home of Pete Zedlacker. Sure, why not? Let's do it. And I'm gonna name drop every comedian I know, just so you know.
Okay, so comedy. How did it come to you? I mean, where were you a funny kid growing up? Class clown, all of that. Those typical.
It's funny. There's a great movie. It's a documentary called Comedian, starring Jerry Seinfeld. It was released in 2003. And the first line of the movie is just the owner of the Comedy Cellar in New York, and he says, comedians have a certain compulsion. I love the way he says the word compulsion. To make people laugh. And I thought they put that in the movie as the first line as the premise. But it's true. I'm going to make the cashier laugh today when I go to Longo's. I'm going to make the Tim Hortons person laugh in the lineup. I feel compelled to make people laugh. I really like to do it. The sound of laughter is easily the best sound for me. And you know what? I'm not trying to be gross here, Tim, but like you make someone laugh. You know what I mean? Like you're not trying to laugh right now, Tim, but I'm going to make you laugh, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I make you do something involuntary.
It's a little bit of a bit of a power trip, isn't it?
It's kind of a fun thing to do, especially, by the way, I've done it in times of incredible sadness.
Yes.
When you have incredible sadness, then you make an entire room of people laugh, and they all release some of that sadness. There's a real power to doing it, and I just get a kick out of it, man. And it's like my brain works like a crossword puzzle. Like everything comes in and it gets processed through as a joke. I don't necessarily joke every minute of my life, but I process information like that. So it just comes out. I love it. I can't help myself.
You talk about a room full of people. The other thing about your comedy that we were just discussing before we started the interview was that one of the things you like to do is just really play off the audience. That it's not, you don't necessarily have a stand-up set like a lot of comedians have with all the jokes lined up in a script ready to go. You really kind of like wing it with the crowd, right?
Tim, I've got I go up with absolutely zero on my mind, nothing planned, zero. The less I'm thinking about, the better. Because then I'm in the moment, I'm with you all. I'm not up there going, oh, wow, this joke didn't work yesterday in Wawa,
Yeah.
I'm going, that's fine. This is a group of fresh people who are dying. They came here, they paid $20, they're dying to be made laugh. I can do that to them. And yes, I do tell jokes. I'm not trying to say I don't. I have lots of them, but they'll come naturally throughout the set as we talk to people. So I say, what's your name? You go, I'm Tim. What do you do, Tim? I work in TV. Great. Suddenly we have a chit-chat going, and I may make jokes about that.
Right.
But I also may have jokes in the past that I made about working in broadcasting, which I've done. So it's an organic way to get to the jokes as opposed to, well, I do this one first, I do this one last, and this is how I set this up. It's too much thinking. It's too much. And I think you see that sometimes with comedians. You're like, man, is there anything spontaneous in your life? Right. And I think comedy should be of the moment, in the moment, right? It should be of what we're doing. So that's what I do. It took me years and years and years to get that way. It took a long time. I did the conventional, write a set list. I got these 10 jokes. I got to do them in this order. And I found it so creatively stifling and unsatisfying. I was like, I'm not getting any joy out of being funny, which is obviously the point of doing it, right?
How many years in the business for you now? You're a lot younger. You look a lot younger than you are, is what I meant to say there.
Thank you. I have been sort of a comedian off and on, I guess 30 years in a way, right? I'm 47 since I was 17.
Wow.
But I mean, I've been seriously working at stand-up in the last 12. But again, in that 12, sadly, I had a lot of death, etc. So it was really hard to work through that to be funny at the same time. So, I've been a serious stand-up for at least a decade now. And like in the last 2-3 years, this style it takes you years to find what they call your voice, right? You know, that the way you sound properly, like the way I do it at Tim Hortons, the way I do it at Longo's, the way I do it with my friends, I can now translate that onto the stage successfully every time. So, that natural, just me being me. And it took years and years.
Some comedians adopt almost like a false personality, when they're doing stand-up. They create a character. You're not that type of comedian, are you?
I'm exactly this. I'm exactly me. I'm 100% me on and off stage, and that's the beauty, actually. Sadly, sometimes off stage, they're like, you know what, show's over, and I'm like, oh, I forgot, but your brain's spinning. But, like that's exactly, you're getting what you get. And you know what the beauty of that is, Tim, is when you're really yourself on stage, you're also your moral self. You're your best self. Like, for example, I don't use racial things. I'm not sexist. I don't say to a woman in the crowd, hey, what's your name? You look beautiful. I'd like to sleep with you. That kind of stuff. That's not crowd work to me. That's crude work. Right. I might make some jokes and they may be on the edge, but I don't want them to be. I do go into the crowd a lot. I talk to the crowd a lot.
Well,
almost 99.9% of the time afterwards, they come up to me and go, "Oh, that was so funny. I loved how you talked to me," because it wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't you're ugly. It wasn't you're stupid, or your religion's dumb, or your sexual orientation's wrong. There's nothing fun about that. So because I'm me, completely me up there, I'm also my moral me, which is nice. Like I definitely rip on people. I make jokes about everything. There's nothing off topic in a way, but I do it with a level, I hope, of like class and intelligence. And I want you to leave there having a really feeling way better. And I don't think you do that by being an unnice human.
It sounds...
I should be funnier in this interview, I think, Tim. I feel like I should be funny.
No, you know what? Because I think what you're saying...
You're be a good human.
What you're bringing across is that it is right. You mentioned the word organic. That it's and you also said before we started talking about how people love to talk about themselves and to be part of the show. A lot of people love that kind of stuff. And you know what? I'm sure with all of your experience, you can read a crowd too. You can see the people who maybe don't necessarily want to play the game with you, and the ones who are like right in for it, right?
100%, and that's exactly it too. Is when I'm up there, I'm seeing your faces, right? You see me, but I see all you too. So I definitely see those people have that look on their face, like, oh my gosh, he's going to talk to me. It's going to be amazing. And I wore this ugly shirt, yay! And sure, have fun. And you see a couple where he's doing this to his wife. Talk to her,
Yes.
And sometimes I do, but then sometimes I really want to talk to the guy who does this, because I want to say, hey pal, don't throw your wife under the bus, which is fun too.
That's
but the
fantastic.
point is, and then there are definitally people who you look at them, they give you that, like, just don't even ask me my name. I'm like, that's cool too. Because again, that's what I'm talking about, being moral. Like, I get it. Not everybody wants that, and that's okay with me. But those who do want it, love it. And those who don't want it, they like it when you do it to somebody else. They're like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And believe me, audiences, like I say, once or twice over 10 years, I've had someone later be like, that wasn't cool, man. But once or twice out of several thousand people is not a horrible ratio.
But it sounds like it's going to be a great show on Thursday, June the 13th. Liam, I want to thank you again for joining us via Skype. You were a Skype virgin, were you not?
This is my first time. I hope I did all right. I know I look sweaty and I hate myself, but that's all right.
I hope I was gentle with you. Listen, and thanks again.
It's all about you, Tim.
Thanks again for coming.
Okay.
It's all about you, and it's all about Arch. So thanks for your support in that regard too.
I'll see you next Thursday. Come by and buy me a drink, okay?
I will do that. Have a great show, my friend.
Thanks, Tim.
All the best to you. Bye. And we'll be back with more Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim right after this.
Well, how about a show, huh? Was that a show?
That was a lot of show.
That was a lot of show.
Today I'm gonna go and finish filling up my pool and set up my pool.
Oh,
Yay!
Pool already?
Yeah, it's already half full. I have to get all the.
Turn to ice, you know.
I'm gonna have a skating rink in the mornings.
Yes.
And then a pool. It'll be like Switzerland.
Yes.
And you go skiing and then you go down to the bottom and honey, you suntan.
Right on, right on.
What are you gonna do today?
I'm gonna go home and have a nap.
Don't you have a little visitor?
Yes, I do. I have a little visitor at my house, so I'm
hang
gonna
out
go
with
and
your little
enjoy.
visitor. That's great.
Yes.
We hope you enjoy your day too, and we hope you'll join us tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Thanks for being on TV with us, and thanks again to KC Security. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.